Hi, my name is Fátima VIEIRA, and I will be offering the seminar Food and the Human Experience in the Early Modern and 20th and 21st Centuries Utopian Literature and Imagination. And this will be a seminar where food studies and utopian studies intersect. And I believe that this really meets the objectives of new faces, since there is clearly a food crisis going on today, but it is not the first time that Europe is facing such a situation. So it's really worth looking back to the past to identify the good strategies, to identify the good solutions that have been put forward by utopian authors. So we are going to talk about food, and we are going to address it on the one hand as a political issue, which means that we will invest in a contextualized study of a series of events that have been related to food problems, and this, of course, including food riots. And on the other hand, we are going to discuss a number of very important implications of the food production and consumption chain. And the study of these implications will allow us to understand social, cultural, religious, racial, gender issues, among other aspects. We will thus be contributing with the seminar to the field of food studies, which is an emerging field in Europe. Now, it is true that food is not a new subject per se. That is, it is true that a number of books on food, including on literary representations of food, have been published at least ever since the mid-20th century. But addressing food as a multidisciplinary object of inquiry, that is what is new. And we are going to contribute to the field by thinking about food from a utopian studies perspective. This means that the questions that we are going to use to interrogate the utopian text will be utopian questions. That is, questions that imply a holistic perspective of society, and that will hopefully point to new ways and to new strategies for the construction of our future. And we will resort to the questions Lyman Sargent proposed for this sort of inquiry. Now, in this very interesting book, Food and Literary Imagination, Archer, Curley, and Thomas evince the important role that literature, that literary imagination has to play in the process. And they say, it is only through imaginative engagement that our relationship with food, what it is, where it comes from, how it identifies societies and cultures, can be interrogated and redefined as the most profound at the most profound level, and possible futures opened up. So literary imagination, and I would add utopian literary imagination, certainly is crucial at a time when we need creative interventions into this issue. So if you have an interest in food, if you have an interest in literary representations of food, and in the role that utopian imagination may play for the construction of the future, then this seminar is for you, and I hope to see you soon.